Eddie Arrington, come on up here. As we talk about Blackness.
It's no coincidence, 'cause you're heaven sent an angel in my life.
First of all, my take on this thing we call blackness, in my traveling, in my understanding, blackness is something devoid of light. So if you're devoid of light, how can you claim a right to our Father who sits on the throne? How can you claim that if you say you're walking in darkness? I understand that we all need an identity, but it is clear as to what my identity is. I am, first of all, I am a man made from dust. Now let's grip this thing. I said dust. I didn't say clay or dirt. And reason why I believe that my Father chose dust, because dust has no additives. It is pure. So therefore we are all made out of purity. You have some, like I said, you have some people say, well, you know, he took clay. You have some religions say, well, he took the black clay. They even put a title on it, black clay. God said, let the redeemed say so. He didn't say let the colored folks say so. There also was a, if you recall back in, let's say the 40s or 50s, there were laws that was made specifically to identify who's who. You had the colored over there, you had the white over there. White is supposed to be pure. That's why he equates it with snow. Thus far, I haven't seen no white people yet. Now, it may sound stupid to some people, but my eyes have not seen white people. I've seen albino. I've seen some so dark they look blue, but they was not black. And if you would observe a baby from birth, it's identical. I wouldn't care what nationality it was. It's identical. And if you observe that same baby after it's been deceased for so long, it's identical. We all are the same. That's why Jesus said, my brothers. He didn't say my slaves, or he said my brothers. He said, love ye one another as I so loved. Now this black thing has caused a lot of hardship in relationships. There are people of different nationality, if you want to call it, that can't really love to the fullest because of what Jim Crow might think or Bobby Brown might think. Love is love, and it don't come from this. It comes from this, the heart. This is the true heart, not this, because man can change this, but man can't do anything with this. That's why he said, renew your mind. Renew your mind. Then you renew the temple. See, God is true light, not artificial light. And he's not a light to be putting a lampshade on. Brothers are to embrace one another in brotherly love, not in colorly love. We must understand that. There has been another demon crept up into this equation called 501c3. Maybe a lot of y'all not familiar with that. But what 501c3 does, it takes, unbeknown to those, power away from their spirituality of serving God and give it to Caesar. Because now I'm dependent on you to give me something free by way of tax exempt. In the process of giving you something free, now unbeknown to you, you answer to me. So how can you say we're separated church and state? No such thing. Adam Clayton Powell made that very clear. He said, anytime you accept something from someone, that person, unbeknown to you, has a leverage on you. Because now, unbeknown to you, unconsciously, you're dependent on them. You got to give an account for everything that goes on in your area. Be it right, be it wrong. This is law. Well, I don't have to. Yes, you do. You signed. You signed on the dotted line. You say you agree to these agreements, these circumstances, these conditions on the 501c. So when we tell you to do something, you do it, because now you state property. This is the divisional line, and we don't see it. We don't see it. You know, that this black thing, they holler about, you know, we had the most black killings in the Fort Wayne history. Those wasn't no black killings. Those was evil killings. The spirit of evil don't care nothing about your color. Look at Hitler. Was Hitler a black man? Was those people that he killed, were they black people? No. So this thing is not about color. This thing is about the mind, your mind. I mean, I know you all need identity. You know, everybody need an identity, but I'd rather identify myself as a man made by dust to return back to dust. What title you put on me? I mean, you know, people, they say, well, you know, they gonna call you what, well, they gonna do that anyway. Didn't they deny Jesus, who done no wrong? So who you think you are, that they gonna respect you? He says we deal with people in high places. High places. Even with the president thing, people, they was shocked. A black man. No, that wasn't no black man. That was someone that was appointed to kind of like maybe open our eyes to what can be accomplished if you want to accomplish it. It ain't like the brother just jumped up that first day and he was elected. No, he struggled like anybody else. White people, yellow people, orange people. We're gonna have to get the mindset that this thing is not about what the eyes can see. A great story is that about Barnabas. This was a brother who was blind from birth, but he heard the voice, and he believed with the faith, and he received with that faith. So we're gonna have to just get out of this thing about black and white people. And but you know, I understand that we've been conditioned so that unconsciously this is the way we feel. You know, we want to be, as a lot alludes to, the chosen one. I know y'all brothers heard that before. We're the chosen people. If you have not been redeemed, you're not the chosen people. He said, let the redeemed say so. What do he mean by that? Let the redeemed say so. If you feel that you are worthy to be called a son, and you have been blessed in that fashion, it becomes your job to share that with whoever you come in contact with. Whoever you come in contact with. Not just those that do you right, but those that do you wrong too. He said, love your enemies. How are you going to do that though? By knowing that in loving your enemies, you might be able to convert them to love somebody else. It's a chain effect. Love is love. Love cannot be denied entirely. It may be rejected for a moment, but at the point of consciousness with selfness, it comes to remembrance. I was shown love, and it felt good. It felt good. So let me embrace somebody else with that love. That's what we need to start doing. And we need to be more conscious about the blackness. The blackness has a tendency to conceal the truth. Some of our laws is predicated on blackness. What I mean by that, it don't reveal itself because it's subject to change without notice. It was a law that we couldn't fellowship like this, because there was those that was in a position that would come and actually literally kill you. But it was law. Who law? Man's law. Man's law. See, sometimes man's law, just like Martin Luther King alluded to, sometimes man's law must be denied. There are ordinances that is clearly discriminatory. It's clear, but they're on the books. And they can utilize them whenever they get ready. Especially here in this state of Indiana. Don't be deceived. Indiana is the #1 black state.